Hello and welcome back. It is day 6 of your free yoga challenge with me, Danielle Ronaldo from Pele Yoga here in downtown Rochester. And I'm coming to you today with another rendition of Pele Flow, our vinyasa style yoga. Before we get started, I want to remind you of choosing to practice with purpose and some framework to support you in that. A reminder that sometimes when we're really high anxiety or feeling sluggish and depressed, the yoga or the movement in our lives can be directed towards the goal of coming back to a baseline. Or, when we're in crisis, dropping anchor, figuring out what we need to do to come back to a foundation, to lay a foundation for wellness. Then, on the day-to-day, how do we maintain? And that doesn't have to be boring. What I mean is, how do we maintain engagement with our lives on the day-to-day? And then, how might we use movements or practice gaining skills so that we can enjoy our lives? I'd like to also offer you a different framework so we've got levels of where we are with our wellness and our ability to healthily engage with life. And now I'd like to share a little framework about whole health, so the pie of whole health. I made this fancy pie chart. It's not that fancy, but I think it gets the point across, right? That it isn't just one piece. The physical, mental, and spiritual are pieces of the pie. Our financial health, like living within a budget and actually carving out money to care for ourselves or set aside money for that trip so we're not paying off our debt or incurring more debt. And then this inter and intrapersonal wellness. Can you see that? So interpersonal is connecting with others, and intrapersonal is that healthy relationship with ourselves. Woo! I hope that's helpful. Every morning now, I have a piece of paper on my fridge with just a few headings. These are my non-negotiables, like drinking a good amount of water every day, eating to help my physical and mental wellness, and moving every day, some physical movement, and connecting with people. And you might be at different places in each of these pieces of the pie. There's no right or wrong place to be. You can only be right where you are and then work from there. So I hope this is helpful. It's not anything new or revolutionary, but hopefully at least hearing it again or seeing wellness from a different perspective might offer you a little bit of inspiration to create some new routines or take a peek at your pie and look at what your non-negotiables are, where you are, and then what actions, what movement that matters that you can do today. Now join me on the mat and let's carve out this time so your mind can reset, you can renew, and then you can re-engage with your life wherever you are right now. Enjoy.
Let's find our way to child's pose. Remembering big toes together behind you, knees wide. Starting to bring your chest forward and then laying your forehead on the ground or your hands. To begin connecting with the element earth. And feeling the ground underneath you, starting to presence yourself to your breath, and then feeling how that affects your body. You might start to purposefully lengthen the breath Breathing all the way to your low back and expanding. And feel that sense of settling on the exhales. Great. And then walking the hands a little bit over to the right, letting your hips fall a little to the left. You can do this with the knees wide still, or if it feels yummy for you to bring the knees together, it just changes the sensation or where you'll feel it on your low back. There are always options. Right, and one's not better than the other, it's just different. And feeling into your shape. Breathe. Making adjustments if you need to shift where the sensation is. Good. And then moving through center and reaching over to the left. Spread your fingers. You might press a little bit down into the earth. And then feel the shoulders plug back into the sockets. Create that stability. So there's healthy mobility. Feel good. And then walking your hands back through center, lifting up to your hands and your knees. Scooching your knees underneath your hip points. And then dropping your belly to lift your heart. Taking a breath in to open through the chest. And then that exhale as you push through the hands and round through the spine. Without forcing anything. Again, drop the belly, lift the heart, maybe the elbows bend just for a moment in the transition, and then exhaling again to round. Good, letting the hips sink back to your heels, rolling out to that seat for a moment. Great, send your left arm up and over your ear and take a side bend. And then let that hand drape in front of your face, tucking your chin, tucking your chest, so you feel this in your upper back, and then rolling the spine back up to a seat. Yeah, just saying hello to your side body here. The right arm picks up, maybe on an inhale, and then feeling the exhale, you root through the right hip point and reach over. Curl, 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 and then roll the spine up. Good. Exhale, send your arms out, hands and knees, and curl through the spine. Cow pose, cat. Great. Drop the belly, lift your heart, breathe in. This time, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back, finding downward facing dog. Good. Grounding here. Spread your fingers really, really, really wide. It helps you take some pressure out of the wrist, push through the finger pads. And then same action as we were in child's pose, but plugging into the hands, pressing them down and forward, but then the integrating of your shoulders onto your back. Right. Drop your head a little bit. Maybe shake it out. Let's see if you can focus on your lower body, spreading the toes. Feeling your heels soften down. Backs of the legs stretch and long through the spine. Just keep shifting your attention around, making small movements as it makes sense, and if you can, stay anchored on this consistent breath, consistency of breath. And keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing as you walk all the way forward. Send your toes to your wrists. You can come onto your fingertips. That helps you get there. All good, all good. Send your feet, or notice that your feet are hip width distance apart and then hanging over your legs. Again, fingertips can be on the ground or you can grab opposite elbows. But this time, letting your shoulders and drape forward. It's a different sensation. And breathing along the spine, in the low back, breathing. Again, just like in child's pose, widening the low back. On the inhale, feeling that draping. On the exhale, and then bend your knees and roll all the way up to stand. It might take one breath, it might take a few. Feeling your spine unwind, feeling your shoulders roll back. Oh, reaching your arms up, lifting your heart up, and taking a breath in. And then centering hands to heart center in namaste or palms to your chest. Good. Taking a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Great, let's continue with water, reaching up, breathe in. Exhale and forward fold all the way over. Letting your head drop. Now shoulders away from the ears in this different forward fold. Stay here for a few breaths. Right, so we're easing in. We're allowing there to be a transition. If it works, you're snagging onto the backs of your legs, and the shoulder blades are drawing down the back, and then the head drops. And then we'll come to halfway lift, hands to your shins. Maybe bend the knees. Find a really, really long spine. Stay engaged in your core so you're not dumping into your low back. And then go back to forward fold. Exhale. So good. Root to the feet. Reach all the way up. On your inhale, and then bring your hands to your heart center as you exhale. Great. Again, like that. Breathe in. Reach up. Exhale and forward fold all the way over. Settle into it. Then find halfway lift. Breathe in to lengthen. Engaging your legs, maybe spreading your toes, and then exhale, forward fold. Stand all the way up. Bend the knees to dive up. And then bring your hands back to your heart. You got it. One more, reaching up on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's plant the hands and step back to high push-up just for a moment. Engage through the belly, take a breath in. Widen through the chest, and then drop your knees and sit back to child's pose. Knees together or apart. Pull the spine up. Breathe in and reach both arms up. You got it. Take your left arm up and over. Find that side bend. Curl it in, curl it in. Chin to chest. Good. Reach back up. Breathe in. Over the other way as you exhale. And curl. You got it. Reach both arms back up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands and knees, cat pose. Push through the tops of the feet. Then find an inhale, lift the heart. Tuck the toes, down dog. Exhale. Good. Look forward, inhale. Empty your lungs and bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Spread your toes, exhale, forward fold. You got it, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Yeah, reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, high push-up, pausing. Integrating, holding. Drop your knees. As you exhale. Roll all the way, spine up. Oh, roll the spine all the way up. Inhale, reach both arms up. Got it, over to the left. Reaching over to the right. Rounding through the spine. Reach both arms up as you breathe in. Over the other way, whichever way you didn't just go. Good. Reach up to breathe in. Exhale, back to hands and knees, cat pose, push. Warming everything up. Inhale, lift the heart. Finding that fluidity, down dog, exhale. Good, then reach the right leg up behind you. As you breathe in, exhale, and bring that knee to your right tricep. We're in high push-up. Holy moly. Inhale, send the leg back and up. Press through the heel, and then exhale, knee to your left tricep. Yep. Hold it if you can. Inhale, send it back and up. Step the foot all the way forward. You can drop the back knee or not, but we're coming up to a crescent lunge. Woo-hoo. Breathe. Good. Take your time to settle into it. It's our first lunge. Right? This vinyasa of letting things unfold. The definition of vinyasa, that we're not forcing anything. We're allowing. Notice where you are in this shape. Are you in a baseline? Are you maintaining? Are you ready to move a little deeper? Would that be fun for you? Try it out. I'm taking a variation, the hands interlaced at my low back to open through the chest. You might try this on, but make sure that you're still engaging or drawing back through the ribs so you're not splaying out. Still good. Good. Go ahead and spin that back heel flat. And then lift your heart up. Take a breath in. We're going to bow forward in humble warrior. Right shoulder inside your right thigh. Stay here. The hands might stay at your low back. They might rinse a little bit up over your head. It depends on what feels productive. Right, so no sharp pain. Just a little increased range of motion. And deep breaths in your low belly. And your back to wake us all up and to let your head drop. Good, strong feet, strong foundation. Awesome, and then find reverse warrior. You're going to sweep the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Straighten that front leg, reach forward and down, finding triangle pose. You could take a few breaths to get there. Right, and just feeling the hips draw back, feeling the heart draw forward. This length in the spine and then this opening in the chest. Still warming up, but we're leaning into the fire a little bit. Good. Go ahead and rebend your front leg. Reach the right arm all the way back up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and hold a push-up. You could do a push-up or not. Inhale. Child's pose. Exhale. Roll the spine up. Reach up. Leaning over to the left. The right. Guess it really doesn't matter. Round the spine. Inhale and reach back up. And then over the other way. Curl. Awesome, guys. Inhale, reach both arms up. Bring yourself back to hands and knees. Round. Good. Inhale, lift your heart to breathe in. And down dog, breathe out. You got it. Send your left leg up behind you. Strong leg. Exhale and bring your knee to your left tricep. You got it. Inhale, backing up. Exhale, knee to other tricep. Inhale, backing up. Step it all the way forward. Curl. Step. Remember, you can help that foot forward with your hand if that's useful. Find your feet and then find your way up. Yeah, and then settle your way in. Lots of options here. The hands can be at heart center. They can be at your hips. It might feel yummy to play with them lifted, or play with the interlace at your low back. You might do a little bend in your elbows. That might help your shoulders widen and open without feeling like you have to straighten the arms. Good, bend into it. Lean in a little bit to the fire so things shake up. Get stirred up. Good. Send your back heel flat. Lift your chest high as you breathe in. Maybe you look up. Exhale and bow forward. Humble warrior on this side. Good. Set your eyes to one point somewhere behind you, or like through your legs. Steady, full breath. So the shape has time to work. Okay, and letting the breath work for you, fuel you, focus you. We got it. And find that reverse warrior. The left arm sweeps all the way up towards the ceiling. Maybe bend that knee a little bit more, and then straighten that leg and exhale into triangle pose on this side. Right, giving yourself time to work into it, adapting to this side, knowing that we are not symmetrical beings, right? And so this shape will feel different on this side than it did on the other one, most likely. And so how can we adapt or really tune in? What's productive to find length, strength, and opening. Maybe even a little softening in the intensity. Good. Rebend your front leg. Find reverse warrior. Send the arm all the way up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. High push up. Pause. Push up or not. You can do it on your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, back to child's pose. Rolling the spine up. Take a breath in as you reach the arms up. Lean over to the right. Exhale. Curl through the spine. That's good. Inhale, send it back and up. Over the other way. Side bend. Round. Good. Both arms sweep through center and up. Exhale, find hands and knees. Push into cat pose. Good. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale and lift your hips. Good. Pause here. Shut your eyes or close your eyes. We ground. You can steady your breath. Take a look forward. Inhale. Empty your lungs and then bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Stand all the way up. Breathe in and reach. And then bring your hands or drive your hands home. So good. So good. Move your weight. Let's actually, what do we want to do? Hang on. Move the weight, into your right foot and pick your left foot up in front of you. Let's do it. Let's keep the fire building by squeezing everything into eagle pose. Right, so the left leg goes over the right leg and you're sitting in like a one-legged chair. And you're reaching your arms really, really wide and then taking your left arm underneath your right arm and you'll hug yourself or snag opposite hands. In any case, you're trying to level out your hips. Notice that. Sit back the weight back a little bit into your bottom heel. Set your eyes, set your focus. It helps with balance. So good. Now that tricky transition, we're going to step back and let's find reverse warrior. Step all the way back, reach the right arm up. Straighten the front leg, find triangle pose. Good, this time reach the top arm forward, breathe in. We're going to find that pyramid pose. You're going to turn your chest down and step your back foot up halfway. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. All right, so we have that intensity of one breath, one movement, that flow. And then this is a different kind of intensity, or it may be an opportunity to recoup. Good. Moving your weight forward into your front foot, you're going to rebend that knee. Step the back foot back into a lunge. And then find a little twist. So your right hand can be up in the air, or it can anchor onto your right knee. Let's see if you can bend into it. Find length and spin. Yeah, you're here. Let's do it. Awesome. Here we go. Taking one more big breath in. And then forward fold at the top of your mat. So bring both hands down and then step that back foot up. However many steps you need, you got it. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. You got it. Reach all the way up. Drink it in. Hands to heart center to reset. You got it. Move your weight into your other foot, your left foot. Pick your right foot up in front of you. Take a moment. Find your drishti, your focus, that commitment, that focus. And then play with eagle pose, sending the right leg over the left. Squeezing and sitting low. As low is productive on this side. Maybe even spread the toes on that lifted foot. It might enliven the legs enough to support your balance. And then take the right arm underneath the left. Wind up or grab opposite shoulders. Sit long. Yeah, you got it. Focus, you're here. Yeah, and then send that leg all the way back. Let's find reverse warrior. Send the left arm all the way up. What do we do? Let's go triangle pose. Exhale. If you can, reach the top arm forward as you breathe in. And then that pyramid pose as you breathe out. Stepping that back foot up halfway. Yep, you got it. So the back foot's on that 45-degree angle. You're drawing that left hip back, the right hip forward without overcorrecting, but feeling them kind of like the wheel is turning to the left a little bit, the wheel of your hips. Right. And let your head drop. Can feel that intensity, but then also feel where you might be able to dive in. And feel the effect of the shape. Feel the effect of your breath. Good. Then you flat back as you inhale. We're going to go to that low lunge on your exhale. Send the right leg back. Keep the right toes on the ground. Yep. Drop your booty. And then find that twist towards the left. The left hand can anchor or reach up. Remembering to explore. Engage, feel, right? Caring for yourself in this internal landscape. Awesome. Finding one more inhale here. And then forward fold, really press off the back foot. Exhale, top of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Setting the booty all the way down on your exhale. Here we are, boat pose. You got it? Right? A little bit more of that heat, finding that core, that strength. And remembering you can adapt this, toes on the ground, hands back behind you. If you want more intensity, maybe you extend your right leg out. Taking your chest low. Good, finding inhale, lift you back up. Woo, and then go exhale, other leg. Staying here. Try to keep the breath smooth. So good, inhale. Back up, and then exhale, hands and feet meet the ground, and then you're lifting your chest, lifting your hips. Opening. So good, and then settle your hips back down. And go ahead and extend your right leg out in front of you, left foot to your inner thigh. Starting to hinge your chest forward, maybe fingertips on the ground. You might remember this shape from our yin class. So even in our vinyasa flow, we're weaving in this element of yin or softening, right? We move through the fire, and then to create this whole picture, this wellness, this well-rounded wellness, we start to tap into this element of air. Right, so feeling your breath, and then feeling that quality of softening, maybe rounding through the spine, letting your head drop. And feeling the back of your neck stretch. Softening around your shoulders. And remembering the skills from our yin class, maybe a slight rock of the nose side to side, like your rock of the head side to side. Keep your mind engaged in sensation. And give your body an opportunity to respond to shape. Awesome. As you're ready, rolling the spine back up. You got it. Let's head back to boat pose for a moment. Your legs up. Woo! Yeah, you might notice the difference between the right and the left side, how it feels. And then take on the challenge here, now. Like, what serves you now? Or lowering. One leg at a time. Really engaging, so you're hugging in and reaching out. Lifting back up. Exhaling to go low. Staying for a breath. You got it. It's okay if you shake a little. Inhale, lift. Good. Plant the feet, plant your hands, and then lift your heart. Opening up. Maybe you drop your head back. Maybe you're feeling this opening across your shoulders. Breathing into your chest, and then settling your hips back down, extending your left leg out, bringing your right foot in to the inner thigh. And then playing with a shape on this side, remembering, again, not symmetrical beings. And so how do we adapt for that, or adapt to that and account for it? Right? We're not the same being every single day. We don't have the same needs. There might still be the same general structure of our day, but there are a lot of variables. So seeing if you can find ease with whatever's here on this side, and maybe playing with that rounding forward of that sensation and symbolism of surrender and acceptance, bowing your head. Breathing, and feeling maybe a little softening in the hip crease, underneath the shoulder blades, and all along the back of the neck. Good, and as you're ready, rolling back up to a seat. Good. One more time, just a little balance in boat pose. You take it where you need it to go. And we'll stay right here. Lifting your heart up. Maybe lifting your gaze up, seeing the ceiling. Don't worry about those dust bunnies. Ah, feel this opening, this strength. Awesome. And then reground. Feet on the ground, hands on the ground, lifting your hips and your heart. And then this time, sitting your butt down, extending both legs out and folding forward. Just for a moment, that reset point. And then there'll be two different options here today. So similarly to the first, I think, vinyasa class we did together, you can lay back and do thread the needle or figure four stretch, where your ankle crosses over your thigh and you're drawing your knee in towards your chest. The other option is to head into another version of that called half pigeon. So I'm going to keep my right leg forward, swing my left leg back. Work towards leveling out the hips, although that's not, no need to insist on that. Your right shin might be sliding forward, but again, no insisting on that. And really more important that you're feeling no pain in your front knee and a healthy stretch on the outer right hip, as well as the front of the back thigh. And then from here, the invitation is to walk your hands forward. If that works, you can stay on your forearms. You could place your head on your hands or settle all the way down, and maybe that will happen in time. But in any case, finding that degree, right, between too much and not enough. And then feeling the possibility of breathing and softening. Maybe even enjoying. And what would that feel like? And what would make that possible? And letting go if that's just not possible right now. Right? We take the practice, take the shapes each day, and then use them with purpose. To support our individual well-being. So wherever you are, breathing, giving yourself that fuel, that focus, backing in, or excuse me, backing out or leaning in as it feels useful. Right. And then letting go of the side, coming back up, or if you're on your back, releasing. Pausing somewhere that feels yummy, and then switching sides in your own way. You'll find a way. Right, I'm going to swing the back leg around. Nestle the right leg behind me. This can be a great spot for a pillow from your couch, or if you have a block or blanket, if your hips way up in the air, but not necessary, only if it's causing so much intensity that you aren't able to find your breath. So just like in the yin practice, finding support where it's useful, but still engaging with sensation, and then softening around that sensation. Good. Walking your hands forward if that works. And then experiencing the side. Continuing to trace the breath. Notice its effect. And notice if you cross that threshold from discomfort to pain, and make adjustments. Pull the front foot in closer, or engage a little bit more through the muscles and draw the inner thighs towards one another to lift the hips up. And then soften again. All right, playing with that balance between effort, like purposeful and necessary and productive effort, and that surrender or ease. And the support of the breath. So good. As you're ready, walking the hands back in. You got it. And releasing the side. Up to you. How you do. You do you, boo. Right? Oh, sliding yourself onto your back if you're not already there. Lowering down. So good. If you need anything else, take it. Maybe a spinal twist. Hugging the knees into the chest and rinsing out. Or if you feel complete, and when you feel complete, finding your way into final rest, into Shavasana. You might scooch the shoulders away from the ears. Sometimes for me, a little rocking, like just flapping my feet, allows my nervous system to settle. I can feel my body settle onto the ground. So you figure out your ritual, right? We're trying to create rituals and all this for our formal practice and our informal practice. So finding rituals, finding commitments that are beneficial. And that allow us to experience more ease. So you did it. You carved out this time. Let yourself be here. Maybe a deep breath. With a sigh out of the mouth. Softening around your forehead and your eyes. A plugging of your head back into the earth. And connecting to this element of universe. And letting yourself be. keep tracing your breath subtly, noticing more subtle sensations in the body. Sometimes in this part of class, this is where insight can come in, or you can contemplate. Good. So beautiful. Whew. If you haven't yet, maybe start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can roll onto one side to come into a fetal position or roll directly up to a seat. Eventually, we'll all meet in a seat to re-earth, right? Reintegrate into this earthly body, into this moment. Full circle. And then bringing your hands to your heart center. Again, palms pressed together or palms pressed on your chest. An acknowledgement of yourself for carving out this time. We bow forward, acknowledging both the humanity and divinity within and the humanity and divinity within one another. Together we bow forward, acknowledging one another by saying namaste. Namaste. Awesome. Thank you again for participating in this class today and in this challenge. If you have any questions about today's practice or any of the offers, please drop a comment in the comments below or email me at aloha@peleyoga.com. Thank you. Namaste.